reference ICE wearing masks. The reasons they shouldn't is not a legal reason, because they certainly can. It's an American reason. It's a moral reason. In America, we do not have masked people who do not identify themselves pull people out of cars, jump on them, arrest them when they may or may not be citizens. We don't do that. And to say things like, no one's perfect, we've done these things before, minimizes what we're becoming. And if we do not figure out a way in which we can do what Donald Trump promised he would do, which is to get people who are in this country, first illegally and are criminals, and get them out of the country, that should be step one. And everybody agrees with that step. If you take a look at the polls, and if you take a look with people who have at least a little bit of heart, what they do not agree with is going to immigration centers and separating moms from children. And I know that happens to Americans every day.
Every day.
They do not agree with going to the Home Depot and pulling people off the street by masked folks who don't identify themselves. It's purely, in my mind, an American reason.
They are identifying themselves. I think that this is where we deal with facts.
There was a poll that came out yesterday. 79% of Americans believe that we should have immigration in this country, and the rest disagree with what Donald Trump is putting forward. We don't disappear people here. This is not Chile in the 80s and 90s. This is not Argentina. This is not Greece during the military dictatorship. This is not who we are as a country. And I think Ray brings up.
I mean, with all due respect, I think you completely don't understand where the American psyche is right now in the last election that just happened. The majority of Americans are in favor of legal immigration. They're in favor of borders. They're in favor of doing it the legal way. Yeah. They're not in favor of illegal immigration. They're not in favor of just having a borderless country. You don't have a country. Even Bill Maher agrees with me, for goodness sakes, and said it over the weekend on his show, Mark.
I don't think he agrees with rounding up people on the streets with masks without.
I think he agrees that we have to deport people that are here illegally, especially criminals, and they should be the first to go.
Let me stop you and say a couple of things. First of all, Ray, you echoed Nomi, who also quite eloquent. I want to make it clear. I agree with you that there's American value. It would be much better if law enforcement weren't wearing masks for the very reasons you two have said. But there's also a modern reason that the founders would not have been able to anticipate, that the digital technology can be used to threaten the lives and families of people who are performing a public service, even if you disagree with the underlying policy. But here's my overall view of this conversation, and I may be deluded, and people may say, Mark, you've lost your mind. It's a spirited discussion on a range of topics, and yet it was not personal. And you both marshaled facts and high principles, and I couldn't appreciate more the level of the conversation. And I'm ambivalent about almost everything you guys disagreed with. I'm more ambivalent. Like I see both sides, and I don't want them wearing masks, but I know why they do. And if that were my dad, I'd want him wearing a mask.
Amen.
Just would. But at the same time, I agree, Ray and Nomi, you guys are right. It's not in the best tradition of America. But the founders did not anticipate the existence of TikTok. I feel confident in saying that. They just didn't.
Fair enough.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip, and you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.